Hello?
That's easy for you to say. Well, I can remember back in the old days. I hear you up there, Mander. When I used to tell people,
There's so much joy in the chat since they finally can see you and the birds. And Eleanor is also back. Excellent. Everybody's here. So thank you so much for waiting so long.
Well, I used to tell everyone when they had to do anything important, don't do a Microsoft update. Let me now amend that. Don't update your phone or any other device if you need to do something important the next day, because Apple's breaking just as bad. So,
yeah, and the new update is so ugly. I hate it.
Oh, you mean that stupid glass look? I hate it too.
Yeah, well, it says glass, but it looks more like a bubble, to be honest. It's like bubble bath.
Yeah, I guess because they can't do anything else, they're not so creative as to be able to like create something new. But we do have something good going for us. Johnny Ive is working with ChatGPT. We don't know what it is, but he's going to create some personal assistant you can carry with you. But it isn't a phone. And Johnny Ive was the one who was working with Steve Jobs closely to do all of the fantastic things we've seen from Apple before. So we cross our fingers there. But anyway, welcome to Cockatoo. Cockatoos with attitude.
Yeah, let's all watch a little bit our Manda bird to relax. And basically we can see nearly the full Moluccan group.
Yeah, you got Lucy over there doing her head bounce. So,
wow, wait, that's lots of fun, Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
Romeo's doing something. Oh, he's all the way at the other end now. Hi, Rome. He was
great to see Romeo outside.
Yeah, he comes out when he wants to.
And Sugar has her crest up. Oh, Sugar.
You let me chat him into coming out today.
Hi, Michael Sugar bird. Jasmine as well. What are the aunties seeing? Is there something interesting? Really impressive.
Yeah, I had to do a hard reboot of my phone and a few other little magical things to make this work. What are you doing up there, Mander?
Running around his aunties.
Yeah, Jasmine looked at him like, who do you think you are walking by me? We don't allow that kind of thing.
But he doesn't seem to be afraid anymore of them, which is good.
Afraid to switch cameras, but we're going to do it.
Ooh. Full Moluccan standoff.
Oh, it's Shuggy.
What is Shuggy doing?
Oh, she's just sitting there making her cute little sound that she makes when she's trying to get attention. She's not whining, but what are you doing, Shug?
Just being cute. I see.
Lucy's so let's greet
all of our chatters who've waited so long and patiently. We have Tiki here, Falcons who comment, Thurston, and Rosebud, I think. And Ricky Cockatoo was in the other chat shortly. I put a link in, so everybody should have made it over. Pie Girl is also here, so hello. Great to have you, everybody.
Hello.
And Spirit Matter just joined, so hello.
Oh, well, Don, now that you're here, maybe you can answer the trivia question. What is the deepest lake in the world? And the hint is that it's in the Asian part of Russia.
Oh, I honestly don't know the answer to that. I only know the answer that the demon gave in The Exorcist, and I know that's wrong. Oh.
Because I said that the winner would get a special video, but no one seems to know, so I guess I'll tell you guys. It's Lake Baikal.
Oh, Lake Baikal. That's true. There's something like that. Mander?
Let's see. Maybe I can get the. We've got 2 movie quotes today. Oh, this one's actually up. I'm surprised.
The movie quote is up, yep.
The movie quote today is, "Do not speak to me of rules. This is war. This is not a game of cricket." You didn't get quite enough petting because I was fighting with the phone, right? Yeah.
We should just turn this into an Apple hate stream. Where's Pippa? We need her.
Yeah, well, she wouldn't let me do that, I don't think. Although, what are you doing grabbing my glasses, you big monster? I've got a reverse image on my screen, and it's driving me nuts, but I'm afraid to change it because I might lose the video. But I'm seeing the opposite on the screen is what I see in face. You know, it's reversing the image. What are you doing up there? Mander? Great salamander? That's what I say. Cindy, I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah, I really felt like I was back in the Microsoft world. You know, as soon as I realized that I did an update and now my camera doesn't work. And fortunately, I had Chat GPT. I just went to it and started saying, okay, how do I test this out? And whatever it wasn't WebKit, which is what everything runs through. It was something else in the system, trying to be as non-technical as possible. So I was able to flush it out by like rebooting the phone a couple of times. And anyway.
Yeah, you could read the movie quote, I think. Or if it goes after Spirit Matter, you could give away the movie by whistling the theme, very distinctive.
I don't know anyone here who can whistle. Maybe Solas can. I'm not sure, but Solas makes some interesting sounds. I imitate him back with that. It gets his attention in a positive way when I imitate him. Yeah. Imitation is the sincerest form of strategy. But today I might talk a little longer because we got screwed up here, but with technical difficulties. But a smile is the last thing you see before a tiger eats you. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because we think that we are doing something that an animal is going to like. And the best example of that is a smile. A smile to a predator is a smile to a prey animal is a predator about to eat them. Showing your teeth is not a good sign to a prey animal. So one of the first things I do when I get a new bird in is I don't smile terribly well anyway. I think my smile engine is broken. Maybe that's one of my lucky things because it's pretty hard to tell when I'm smiling. So I don't do anything like that. I definitely do not smile at a new bird. Uh, I just remember the tiger, right? So if you're going to desensitize the bird, the first thing you have to do is change your mindset and try to see things from their world, right? It's like your fingers do this, their toes don't do that. So it looks weird when you wiggle your. So when I'm first dealing with a bird, I'm always moving. I have brace on my thumb's been bugging me. So, but anyway, I move my fingers like this. I don't do this around a new bird. After they've been around for a while, they kind of get used to the idea that we're weird and our fingers move that way, but their toes don't. So it looks odd. All they do is this. They grip this way, and that works just fine. They don't need, they're not using typewriters here. So, but you have to try to see things from their perspective. And one of the things that ABA teaches you is which is the number one thing in ABA, is observe behavior. And as much as possible, know the behavior of a particular species, right, Cecil? Cecil bird. So know as much as you can about what kind of behaviors you can see out of any animal you're working with, especially with parrots. So a good example too is you'll see a lot of people when that beak opens, they move their hands back. That's a typical human reaction. Everything's a threat. But I mean, they eat with that beak. They do all kinds of things. They climb with the beak. I mean, it does a lot of things. It isn't just a biting machine, but we tend to think of it that way, possibly from having been around cats and dogs that bite quite a bit. I mean, just in play, they bite. Parrots don't generally bite in play. They don't do that. So if they're actually going to bite something, there is a reason for it. And it's not a normal thing for them to bite, but so the things that you do can set a bird off, and you think you're being, I just came up and smiled and he backed away. Yeah. Yeah. Well, when the tiger smiles at you, you'll back away too. Um, so try to see yourself as what you are. Anyone with eyes facing forward is a predator. They know we're predators. And instinctually, even though they weren't raised in the wild, instinctually they know that two eyes facing forward isn't a good thing. They're unique in having the ability to rotate their eyes so they can see forward when they want to. I actually watched Romeo, who's hiding back there. He watched a Willie Nelson movie from beginning to end, sitting there with his eyes facing forward the whole time. Honeysuckle Rose. He likes Willie Nelson. He'll watch anything Willie Nelson is in. But Honeysuckle Rose, if you put it on for him now, he only watches the spots where Willie Nelson is on the screen. Otherwise, he kind of ignores it. But as soon as Willie's on the screen, he's paying attention again. But remember, your eyes face forward, so you're a predator, and smiling is not a good thing. So,
Yeah, there's a helpful mnemonic for that actually. It's eyes front, I like to hunt. Eyes on the side, I like to hide.
there you go. I love that one. I hadn't heard that one, but that's good. So you'll hear people say that humans aren't predators. They're wrong. As Eleanor just made it perfectly clear, eyes front, I like to hunt. So,
Yeah,
um,
humans are persistence hunters. We chase our prey until it dies of exhaustion, basically.
pretty much. I loved the study of that in anthropology. You understand human nature a lot better when you take anthropology and you start describing things just as Eleanor did. So we haven't lost that nature either. Are you having fun in there?
Oh, bucket boy. But that's why there's so
Yeah.
much human suffering in the world. It's because we no longer live in our natural ecology.
Yeah. Which is small groups We do better in small groups. Make the
Small
group.
groups, hunter-gatherers.
Yeah. We're not meant to be in societies, these large societies. And they really haven't done anything. I don't particularly like Yuval Noah Harari, but in his book on *Sapiens*, he actually talks about the evil of agriculture and how it tied us to the land and we were no longer free, and how basically raising wheat and rice made us slaves.
All it did was give us more calories so we could pop out children quicker, but it didn't make us healthier or happier.
Mm-mm. And then when we didn't have the right weather conditions and the crops didn't come in, then we watched the kids die. You know, it's really good. Before that, we didn't see much of that because we didn't have feast or famine. So, but yeah, she agrees. Yeah, Suni
Yeah,
agrees.
she's
Yeah.
very passionate about this.
So to these guys, they don't look at their beak as a weapon. You know, it can get weaponized by humans, right? But they don't look at it that way. So until you can kind of get into the mindset and start to work with it and realize that mostly when you see what looks like aggression, it's fear or it's territoriality. Uh, Mander used to come at people like a cruise missile, and especially the woman who had him before. He was trying to kill her one day, and I just put my hand up and stopped him. And she's like, "You put your hand up when he's running like that?" Yeah. Um, he knows I'm not threatening and putting something and stopping him. It'll stop him, but understanding them in that light is important. That's what I'm dealing with Solas now. He has a negative high, Cecil. I know you want to grab my glasses to get my attention, right? That's not the right way. You know that. You use your feet for my attention, not grabbing the glasses. No, you don't do that. Except I just reinforced it twice, so I'm going to have to work against it. I moved because he's been pooping on me so much. I moved where it's harder for him to do that. So.
Cecil, what is going on with you? I ground you already to Miss Poopy Head. Oh, my Cecil, sweetie
Uh,
pie.
he's he's made it a thing in his world, so I'm gonna break him of it. But
I think you should read the quote. So, Rosebud
again,
started.
read it
Oh,
again. Sure.
and no, nobody started guessing, and I seem I have to miss that you already have read it.
Do not speak to me of rules. This is war. This is not a game of cricket.
Okie dokie. So, whoever knows the movie can put it in chat.
Yeah, it's a great movie. They made a lot better movies back in the old days. There are some new ones that are coming out that are good once in a while, but they did a better job in the past. This is, well, I've got a huge list of favorites, but this is one of my favorites.
I also like my shuggy bird.
Yeah, the little shook bird. The little shook bird. She's a little
Oh,
more outs.
Falconsu starts guessing with Dr. Strangelove.
Oh, no, it's not, but it's good. That's a good guess. One of the lead actors in the movie was Sesu Hayakawa.
Oh, we have two double guessings at the same time, one on YouTube and one on Facebook. The one on YouTube is from Spirit Matter, Bridge on the River Kwai, and the other one is from Deborah France Coracelli, also Bridge over the River Kwai. So I
Yeah,
guess we
yep,
have two winners.
that's it.
And Rosebud agrees, so That's a good sign. So, well done, you
Yeah,
two.
well done.
Congratulations.
Yeah, William Holden. That was one of my favorite movies with William Holden. Um, a much underrated actor, and back in those days, well, he got that part where he wasn't attached to a studio. But when you look back at most of the old black and whites, they didn't get to choose what movies they were going to play in. Studio chose. So, but he got to choose that part. Prior to that, he did.
Deborah says, do I win a cockatoo? Sadly, no.
Yeah, I should come up with a video for the winner on that, though. I
Yep.
probably should.
Some kind of, we definitely need something like that.
Yeah, I can do that. Although today I was out in that shed over there cutting wood. I cut just about 28 meters of wood, which is 88 feet. Cut and drilled, brought it inside, and I they go through wood. I'm going to have to, the next time I cut, I'm going to have to order more wood because I order a huge batch and then it's 16 footers and then I slice them up and put them in there. I think I'm going to get myself a slightly larger circular saw. My little circular saw, the one I have, doesn't do a great job. The one inside there does, but I can't drag that outside. That's hooked to a bench. That's a 12-inch. Excuse me, that's a 14-inch saw in there. Sliding circular saw. But they were down to about 1 day of wood, and I thought, I better do it today because tomorrow I probably have to go get water. And they have to make more toys too, not just cut the wood. So with mango, it's been a process of desensitization. So you want to be as bland as possible. And you can use a positive voice, because that doesn't, if like I will say, Solas, Solas, hi Solas, hi Solas, that kind of thing. I started that out at about 6 feet away, and now I can come up to his cage and do that. B, you don't belong in here. Should not be in here, B. Come on, get out of here. Come on, B. We're being accosted by a bee. That's easy for you to say. That's easy for
Silly
you to say
Burbies.
down there. You have to give it your 2 cents in, Cecil. I have to say that Dr. Zelligs is probably the best I've ever seen at desensitization. She has to take animals which are predators and desensitize them in less than 24 hours because they have to have surgery. So, and you can't put them out. Get out of here. Silly bee.
So I put in the banner the bonus movie quote for today. I promised Falcon to last time.
You
And
have to read
welcome,
it.
Jocelyn Crickle.
Hi, Jocelyn. Hey, everybody. Amy's movie quote is, if it's good enough for Brady, it's good enough for me.
Don couldn't guess it, but he knows the movie. I talked to him about the movie. That's why I know he knows the movie.
So desensitization means you're going to have to, I see what you're trying to do, and you're not going to do that. You need to use your foot, not your beak, to get my attention. Yes, you do. I don't know who you think you are. Cecil? Whatever you think you are. Cecil bird.
So I can give some hints because Falcon says she's clueless. That's actually, the quote is actually sung. enthusiastically by a lot of women. And I think it's often sung throughout the whole movie. And it's about something that happened actually in real life. And it's a really old movie.
Watch out when Amy says really old. Anything more than 20 years old is really old for Amy. So.
That's not true. It's a black and white movie.
Oh, okay. To me, a really old movie is one of those silent pictures, like Nosferatu. Um, what are you doing? But Sunset Boulevard's old. I mean, it was made just after they came out with the audio. But talkies, as they used to call them. So when you're trying to desensitize a bird to something, that means you're going to have to bring something that bothers them into the environment. And when you've got a new bird coming in, that something is usually you. So you have to do as much as possible so that you make yourself um, unobtrusive and someone that doesn't bother them. And a lot of times that means approaching them just a little bit, watching for signals. And if you don't know parrot psychology and you aren't good at observing behavior, you might miss it when they start saying no. Sometimes it's as much as just making their eyes slightly oval or just the feathers on the back of their neck coming up. Cecil, if you want to come down, then come down. Don't think the halfway up there. Make up your mind. Ah, silly boy. Silly boy.
Rosebud writes, have you seen The Ghost and the Darkness? That movie gets me. I think that question goes probably to you, Don.
Haven't seen it. I saw The Ghost. I like the movie The Ghost and Mrs. Muir with Rex Harrison.
Sugar looks good. Pretty sugary.
Romeo, what's doing back there? He was all active over here wanting to get petted. Now he's sitting on the corner. You okay back there, Romeo? Romeo. Good boy. Good
Oh
bird.
no, Jocelyn writes that April's Amazon baby fall and broke a couple of tail feathers and had to go to the emergency room. Poor bird.
The emergency room for tail feathers?
No idea.
Okay. Usually, if they break feathers, and there's broken stubs, you just use a hemostat and pull them out carefully. But if it was bleeding hard, you go straight to the vet. You know, if you're close, if you're not close, you better pull them yourself because they're not going to stop bleeding on their own. So yeah, 9 times out of 10 in a broken feather, you have to pull it yourself. But unless your vet lives next door, what are you doing? What?
Finally, the bucket boy appears.
Hello, he wants some attention. Hi, bucket boy.
During all that stress with the live stream and the Apple update, KK just sat in his bucket and was fine. Huh? That's usually how one should do it.
You want out? Do you want to?
Like.
Well, usually you can get out on your own. He can. He's figured that out. Hi.
Smart boy.
I'm not quite sure how he does it because I think he stands on his tail. Because he brings both feet up. And I don't know, I have to watch him more closely, but he's He's got that figured out. He knows how to get out of the bucket, so. So the first thing you do is you start observing. You keep your distance and you observe and you talk quietly. Avoid harsh sounds. So you pick words that are not striking. I put a G in there and a T and an R. Striking. You want to pick words that are soft. So did you mean to do that? I don't think so. Gonna pretend he meant to roll the bucket while he was on it.
Sweetie pie.
KK. So I'm
So we can.
at this point with Solas where he's actively asking me to bring him treats. He's making choices between I can show him 2 treats, he'll make his choice. When a bird is scared in the beginning, you don't offer them more than one choice. You offer them something, they don't want it, you come back with something else, slowly you repeat. Now I can offer him a banana or an apple and he'll choose which one he wants. And he's actually talking a little bit right now, but he's becoming more vocal and he's letting me when at night when I have to bring the blind down behind his cage. He lets me do that. He's also got the he also wants the blinds opened behind him now. So yeah, I had the blind up and then I opened the curtains. And originally I had opened the blind halfway and then all the way to let the light against the curtains. And now then I had only one open. Now I have both open and he prefers it that way. So but in the beginning, if I'd done that, it would have been too much for him. He likes looking out at the outside. So
Is he still often sitting in his hiding corner?
not often. He will occasionally go there, but I think he goes there just to look at Romeo. I'm
How
going to
sweet.
I'm going to see soon. I'm going to try opening that area up a little bit, just that one side where he can see Romeo and see if he likes that. And then I think I'll still keep that spot there until they get the new cage, which they shipped. It's shipped now. So coming from back east, it probably will be here in about a week. So,
Rosebud would like to know, does he like birdie bread?
yeah, first thing he goes for. He goes for the birdie bread first. I wouldn't have guessed that would be it, but that seems to be. He tried it, and that was it. He's been hooked ever since. So, and considering it's pretty much just good for him, there isn't a lot in there that I do put a little bit of oil in it because they won't eat it if it doesn't have some. I don't put that much, but I put some olive oil in there, and then when I say some, if you took a bite of it, you might get a drop or two of olive oil in that one section. So, I mean, it's 1 cup, but it goes into a batch of 4. So, and to make it a little fluffier, I put a little white flour in there now, a cup of that to help it rise. Otherwise, it's too flat and too hard, and they won't eat it. And no matter how good it is, if they won't eat it, you're not going to get, it doesn't eat any good. So it can be the best food in the world, but if they're not going to touch it. So Cecil was giving me some attitude about the way I made the batch before this, so I modified it. Now he eats it again.
Cutie pie. And I just saw Manda a little bit spinning.
Hey, Mander. Hey, Mander. Mander.
Spin.
Spin,
Sweetie
spin,
pie.
spin.
Hopefully soon he can spin outside together with Solas.
Well, they definitely communicate a little bit back and forth, but Mander doesn't quite know what to do with a male of his own species. So.
He will soon find out that they can be friendos and team up against the aunties.
Yeah, it'll give him a little bit of an edge. Solas is getting to the point now where I'm going to try to use the first steps in training to step up. But basically, that is just putting, when I offer food, putting one hand under the other way back and just get him used to the idea that there will be a hand behind the other one. When I mean way back, I'm talking about maybe 6 inches back behind the beginning of the forearm. You know, the end of the hand and the beginning of the forearm. And then slowly you move it up and up and up until the hand is under your hand. And then eventually the hand goes up under the bird. That's the way it works. So, but slow for him because he hasn't been held. At least no one I know has held him. So he was with this other caretaker for 1.5 years, and he just ran around out of fear. I'm sure he's just naturally afraid. So, what are you doing there, Mander? What's up?
He's just going around, huh?
Yeah, because I called his name. Now he wants to get petted. What are you going to do? Come down? You want to come down? All right, come on. Okay. Come down here. Sure.
Where's Mander?
You got a Mander. He doesn't do this terribly often.
No. What a cuddly boy.
He's being cuddly boy today. I know I've got a brace on my wrist. Oh, don't let that bother you. Hold on, guys.
How they all want to fix you.
I got to take the wrist brace off, even though my thumb is bugging me. I got to take it off because otherwise he's going to not know what to do about my hand.
And we lost Dawn in the, I don't know, big eater. Let's see. Oh, we have a nice video.
Mander did it. Didn't you, Mander? Hello?
Hello. You killed the Pippa film.
I can't hear anything. That's right. That's right. Hello?
But I'm here. And Dawn is gone again. Without any explanation.
Does that mean that it's the end of the stream? Because it's after 9 o'clock.
It is, but we started half an hour late, so
Yeah.
I thought he won. Maybe.
Might overrun a bit. Maybe a naughty cockatoo hit the button and exited Dawn.
Yeah, Mander did it.
So Dawn, can you guess the movie I just gave a tip?
Mander did it. I'm going to see if I can fix this camera. It's driving me nuts. Let's
No,
see.
Dawn is busy.
and go to point the camera, and because I have damn, it doesn't work out to have it mirrored. There we go. Turn off the mirroring. There we go. Now I can actually point the camera without going crazy. What are you two doing? I got a couple of preeners over here. Yeah, it's a good sign that Solas is now, he's actually starting to vocalize a lot more. So it's crying like he wants out. So once he starts doing that, which he hasn't done, he's been perfectly happy to be inside this cage. It's too small for him, but it most people would say it's fine, but it really is. So the bigger cage will be here in probably, they shipped it probably about 7 days coming from the East Coast on a freight truck. So he'll be in it before Christmas. Mandra, you want to come back down? Oh, you just wanted to take that thing off my wrist. That's it? That was why he got down here. He didn't like that thing on my wrist. You're so picky. So picky bird. Did somebody guess the movie yet?
Yeah, Rosebud. Inherit the Wind.
I'm
Just when
not
I wanted
hearing
to give the
anything. I hope you
answer.
guys can all hear me because I'm not hearing you. No?
Hello.
Okay, let's try this. Hello? Nope,
Hello.
I still can't hear anybody.
Okay, then cannot hear
Maybe you
anybody.
can tell me in the comments if you can hear me. I'm going to turn this so I can see the
We can
comments.
hear you, Dawn. As I can.
Can you hear me? Testing one,
Yes.
two, three. Hello? I guess not. No one's saying anything.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ah! My ears just blew up. Turned the volume too high. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I wasn't sure if I was getting through or if I was having audio problems now. So cool. Thank you, Eleanor. That reminded me of that scene in Blazing Saddles where the school marm is talking and she starts reading this thing and they speak up, and then she shouts and everybody in the room just falls out of their chairs. You know?
What a peaceful scene. Yeah, not you.
Yeah. Start teasing her now. Speak some kind of language, please. I don't care if it's Basque or Ethiopian, but speak something besides ah. Yeah, you spend the first couple of years trying to get him to talk, and the rest of your life trying to get him to shut up. That's what my dad used to say. So, Romeo, Romeo. Yeah, I watched a video of Dr. Zelig. He was working with a sea lion, and it had to have a tooth removed. and the veterinarian had to shoot lidocaine into this animal's mouth 9 times. And she was using ABA on the vet and on the animal because sea lion is a predator. So you're going to start sticking something in their mouth they don't want. It could, really hurt you. So, but there's no way to anesthetize them. You can't do it. You put their life in danger. It's kind of like with these guys. Although I like what our new vet does. She just gives them basically a tranquilizer. It was funny to see Cecil kind of drunk on tranquilizers. He was like, because he had to have X-rays. Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Don, do you hear me now?
Is that why you poop on me?
Hello, Don?
You're the only one that does that. Silly boy. What's up? What are you doing? Sugar's on the move. I know. I have to cut the ends off those zip ties. They bother you, don't they, kid? Well, folks, maybe we'll talk a little more about desensitization. I have other things I want to say, but we had technical difficulties, and so we'll leave further discussion of that. Thank you, Amy and Eleanor, for moderating. And with any luck, we'll see you without any interruptions on Monday. Bye, guys. Say bye. Say bye, Snowball.
Science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
Evidence is evidence. It's public. Everybody can look at the evidence and assess it, and eventually, if there's enough evidence, come to the same conclusion.
The Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, a nonprofit charity dedicated to the empowerment of captive parrots and public awareness.